Shalom. First of all, I want to give all praise and glory and honor to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Much love, peace, and blessing to all you hopeful elect brothers out there that's pushing this truth across the four corners of the globe. As you see, I'm here with the brother Tazakai YAHAWAH. Y'all know who this brother is. Y'all done seen him on Elder Menantazakbar page, Tazakai YAHAWAH, narrating and, leaving precepts. I know who this brother is, you know what I'm saying? Here in he's part of the Indianapolis camp, you know what I'm saying? So we're just here doing a collabo, GMS Get Your Mind Right and GMS Tazakai YAHAWAH, you know what I'm saying? So, hey, without further ado, we're going to get into the scriptures. All right? You want Ezekiel 35?
Yes, sir.
All right, this is Ezekiel 35, verse 1. It says, moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it.
So we are to set our face against Mount Seir. And Mount Seir is the place where Esau Edom had inhabited. That was one of the places where he went after the blessing was given unto Jacob, and he got his blessing, which ultimately was a sword, like I say, going to the dwellings and the feathers of the earth, but ultimately where he started his lineage was up there in Mount Seir. And I have a quick precept really quick. This is this is Genesis chapter 36, verse 8. Mm-hmm. It says, thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir. Esau is Edom, and these are the generations of Esau, the father of the Edomites, in Mount Seir. So this is why we are setting our face against Mount Seir, because that was the origins of Esau Edom and his descendants. So ultimately, they are arch enemies. Going from Esau Edom, Amalek. They all go back to Esau Edom, the same progenitor. So we are to set our face against them, because ultimately, as well, this is the last captivity that we're in under the Edomites. So in order for us to be saved and receive salvation, YAHAWASHI got to come back and pretty much gonna uproot the rest of these kingdoms, but ultimately, first and foremost, he gonna uproot Esau Edom.
And spiritually, we in Mount Seir today. When you look around in America and see all the habitations where these Edomites dwell, how they build their buildings and houses, they build them just like they still in the caves, in the mountains. You know what I'm saying? So that's a clue to let you know who Esau Edom, which is, the so-called white man of today.
If I may, just like you said as well, just like the CEOs and all those big, tall, concrete built buildings, where's the boss normally at? At the very top.
That's right.
As scripture say, thou dost dwell in the clefts of the rock. so we understand like some of those, because we don't need DNA tests to figure out who people are. We go by the scriptures, because this is the actual DNA test. This tell you the qualities, descriptions, the characteristics of the people. So like I said, we don't need no ancestry.com that actually tracks your maternal lineage. That goes through your mother. That's how you get a DNA test to say you got 37% Nigerian, 27% Chinese, so forth and so on, because the woman is the land. You know what I'm saying? And ultimately the man, he plants that seed. So a man can plant his seed in multiple pastures of land. Just like over here, we in Indiana, and we have a child, he'll be born in the land of Indiana. We go to Utah and have a child, that child will be born in the land of Utah, but they still go back to the same father. So yeah, quick precept.
I'm trying to find it right quick. Oh, you go ahead, bro.
So like I said, we don't need no DNA test. We know through the scriptures, as like the scriptures say, like how we know that we the Israelites. Well, the Spirit bear witness that we are the sons of the living power. And not only the Spirit, also like I said, we go into these scriptures, there's certain things that's in code that we was actually taught in school and we didn't have the understanding. Like for example, like the transatlantic slave trade. That's going into that's portion of that is going into being carried to Egypt again by way of ships. Because like I said, when we first went there, we walked into Egypt, and then through Moses, what did he do? He walked us out into our land. That said to bring you back into Egypt again, which Egypt is synonymous with bondage. Going back to the word Batazarian, also meaning double straits. We in straits over here, underneath our enemies. So it's a lot of things within the scriptures that is in codes, it's in parables, and you got to understand the wisdom and knowledge of YAHAWASHI to understand those dark sayings and parables.
Yep, that's how you know the Spirit, because he mentioned it, but I was holding it the whole time. This is Romans 8:16. It said the Spirit itself bear witness with our spirit that we are the children of Yahawah. Because actually, I was looking for the other scripture, try the Spirit by the Spirit. But since the brother mentioned it, and I was already holding it, well, I'm going to read it and bring it out again. The Spirit itself bear witness with our spirit that we are the children of Yahawah. Because like the brother said, we don't have to go to Ancestry.com. You know what I'm saying? We know through the Spirit that we are the children of YAHAWASHI, just like we know through the Spirit who Esau Edom is. You know?
Because they don't control the narrative no more.
That's right.
You know, so this is the narrative of YAHAWASHI, and we are his servants and we are his mouthpiece.
That's right.
So what we say and how we justify is coming out of these scriptures. So we don't, like I said, we don't need no ulterior ways to figure out this or that. No, we use the words of YAHAWASHI, and that's set in stone, whether you believe it or not.
That's right. Hey, he said it's set in stone. Ain't that what Yahawah said? Upon this rock I will build my church. Ain't that the name of Apostle Peter? I mean, yep. The Apostle Peter is stone. You know what I'm saying? Cephas with the stone. Yep. See what I'm saying? So, this is back in Ezekiel 35 and verse 3. It says, "And say unto it, Thus saith the Lord Yahawah, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out mine hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate."
So for some reason, you Edomites think that the Lord is with you. And ultimately, like he said he is against thee. And when they say that he gonna stretch his hand out, meaning he pretty much through violence. Like I said, when he sent his son back and the rest of his holy sons, the angels, man, they're gonna come and wreak havoc on this place.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna ask you, hey, can you give us a rulership? Can you give us this and that? Because the scriptures say that the saints shall take the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna come take this. They're not gonna come ask or sign no Balfour Declaration or anything. They ain't gonna sign it up like that. They gonna come take it from you. And then after taking it from you, all of your elites, all your higher ups, they're gonna be bound in chains, and the rest of you average Joe Sixpack Edomites, y'all gonna be born back through their horns. Right. You know, and then the rest of it's because some Edomites may be still around, you know, after the destruction, y'all gonna be bound up too. And y'all gonna be just like, you know, will we be those first fruits, you know, joint heirs of Yahawashi? Y'all gonna be the first fruits of slavery.
That's right.
Thus saith the scriptures.
It says, "I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord."
Right, so the Lord, he coming back to lay these cities waste. He not coming back, like we always say, he not coming back to, you know, bring, you know, Jolly Ranchers and lollipops and, you know, like, and, you know, like Christians say, he gonna come back, it's gonna be like, he gonna be y'all think he coming back, you know, y'all think he coming back to ultimately, you know, bring peace in a way that you think that there's no destruction. Yeah, he gonna bring peace to the nation of Israel, but as far as everybody else, he bring destruction. Right. When he come back, there's gonna be two things that we know the Lord is about: balance.
That's right.
He coming back to save his people, his elect, and he come back to destroy the rest of his people and the heathens who are allotted for destruction.
That's right.
That's what he coming back to do. And real quick, for that term desolate, I just went to the just the dictionary, Oxford dictionary. It says make a place bleakly and depressingly empty. Wow. Or bare.
Wow.
I gotta read that again.
Wow.
It says to make a place bleakly and depressingly empty or bare. And we understand, and then like an example say the droughts.
He said depressingly.
Depressingly. It like it got an example say the droughts that desolated the dry plains. You know what I'm saying? You know, the drought is, you know, a lack of water. That's right. You know, ultimately, a lack of water means lack of vegetation. That's right. Which means you're going to wither away from famine and die off. That's right. But similar words say devastate, to ravage, to ruin. So that's what Yahawashi is doing. That's what he's going to come back to do when he say he's going to make y'all most desolate and lay the cities waste. He's going to come and make this place again depressingly empty and bare.
Wow.
It's here to say that, like, no man shall dwell there.
Right. That's right.
They're gonna be just here for desert animals and unclean beasts.
That's right.
But as far as a man coming over here, it shall not be that ever again. This place gonna be a memorial of how not to run your kingdom. And every time, you know, we fly by, you're like, damn, you know, that's the Lord. Damn, that's what the Lord is. It's gonna be a reminder. Yeah. You know, ultimately we don't have to worry about any uprising from any nations, because it say, like again, it said the saints shall take the kingdom forever and ever and ever, forevermore. So when that time come, and we know that is around the corner, man, we gonna be. It could be a million years from now in the kingdom, and still ain't gonna be nobody come up against us.
That's right.
You know, we gonna, hey, like I said, it's gonna be, we gonna live no more sorrows, no more pains, no more this or that. It's just gonna be everlasting righteousness under our Lord YAHAWASHI. You know, so but first, before we make to that, again, destruction has to come.
That's right. Verse 5, it says, but because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity and the time that their iniquity had an end.
So it says you have a perpetual hatred, meaning an everlasting hatred. Like Esau, he don't hate us and don't even know why. Because ultimately the Lord, well, you know, you can say you can go to the birthright and things like that, but ultimately the Lord put that in your spirit to hate us.
That's right.
You know, and it says, and you shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword. Your blessing is a sword. And we can go back in all history of, you know, when those conquistadors came,
right.
when Columbus came, even when y'all came to us on the west coast of Africa, y'all ain't come there just with y'all hands open. Nope. Nah, y'all had y'all guns, y'all had y'all cannons, like, because no nation of people just gonna say, yeah, you know what, let's just go into slavery. You know, like no one will ever do that. There's always been some type of fight or revolution, no matter what nation. It may be some people that be scared, well, they got this, they got that, but you're gonna have that select group like, man, we ain't going like that.
That's right.
You know, we gonna fight. So we, like I said, y'all came with y'all weapons, and they say, and by the force of the sword, at the time of their calamity, and the time that their iniquity had an end. Because the scripture said that y'all had forwarded our affliction. Right. So even after our captivity was coming to an end, you know, so you so to speak, put the pedal to the metal. You know, saying you like I said, you pretty much as far as how the Lord wanted us to suffer, you increased those sufferings. You know what I'm saying? You went too far. There's even books, you know, going into like how y'all did the Northern Kingdom. And some of them books, man, they say, and y'all like to talk about that BS Holocaust, you know, whether if it happened or not. And even if it did, you know, that's a so-called white on white, you know, violence or whatever. That's y'all issues. But the real Holocaust is a book called The American Holocaust, where it literally states that they killed 100 to 300 million of the Northern Kingdom over here.
That's right.
So that's a lot of blood that y'all have shed. You know, so the time in our iniquity, well, in our calamity. And like I said, when our iniquity had an end, like I said, you had forth that affliction. Yes.
Yeah, I got a quick precept for you. This is Genesis chapter 27. I'm going to start at verse 38. It says, and Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of the heaven from above. And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. But the point is, that's Esau's blessing, is his sword.
Exactly. And like I said, that's your sword. And another thing I want to say about that, right, going back to Isaac, was you know through the spirit is YAHAWASHI. Ultimately, the Lord gave you that blessing to ultimately come back and condemn you by it. You know what I'm saying? He like that's what he told Peter when he say when he told him to draw back your sword, because he that liveth by the sword shall die by it. So that's your actual blessing, even pursuant to what Revelation 6:4, when that red horse, that red horse.
I had that too.
Oh, that's a
I had that. I'll go back to. I had Revelation 6:4. I had it. Yep. Go back to it. Revelation 6:4. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword.
Exactly. So, like I said, just backing up the point, like I said, they was given power to take peace from the earth. Scripture say, when the wicked bear of rule, the people mourn, but when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. And you can see, ever since they done came into power, man, the world has been mourning.
That's right.
And even more so even now, like, you know, what we got going on with this little situation.
Yep.
You know, the people are mourning. You got people every day. I want to see people groaning. Oh, I gotta wear this. I gotta wear that. We gotta stay this far away. You know, and that's not just over here. That's the whole earth, the whole world.
That's right.
And that's how you know that this place reigned over all the kings of the earth, because they made decree for what people to put on the guidelines that they should pass, and what doesn't happen. All these other nations done fell in line to what they done said to do. You know, so like I said, this man, and if I have one as well. Amos 1:11. Thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity. See, they ain't give a damn about us, ain't care, nothing like that. And it said, and his anger did tear perpetually, and kept his wrath forever. So never in the time was gonna say, well, Esau, Edom, they gonna be pacified. They're not gonna be angry no more. They're not gonna have wrath against their brother. No, it said that your anger did tear perpetually. That's going to that perpetual hate. You'll say, y'all hate us. And also, just like another thing I just want to say, because we know what Edom mean. Edoms mean red. That's why it spoke of a red horse. Just like when it speaks of YAHAWASHI come back as a white horse or a white power. You know what I'm saying? So we know, as the scripture like say, you know, he revealed the secrets to the servants of the prophets. We know who Esau Edom is, because Esau Edom is the entire prophecy said that they would be in rulership. Just like entire prophecy said that we'll be dwelling with the daughter of Babylon.
That's right.
Right? Which is Esau Edom. You know, so because pursuing the Psalms 137, 7 on down, that they are the daughter of Babylon. Just like when you just read too as well, when it said to break thy yoke. Y'all broke y'all yoke during the time of when the Babylonians came against us.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all helped them. Y'all the ones say raise and raise. Y'all was happy when they took us out. And then y'all started taking some of our people and killing them, and then y'all started, you know, coming to our land as well. So y'all was on one accord with, y'all always on one accord with these heathens, but we actually brothers. Mm-hmm. You know, we came from the same, we got the same mother and father. And of course we know that 2 manner of people was born within the womb, but you, they say you broke the brotherly covenant.
Sure did.
You know, and that's why, you know, you're going to get the punishment that you got.
I'm going to go back to Genesis 27 to back here what you just read about the hatred. This is Genesis 27:41. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob.
Right. So it was already premeditated that, man, when my father died, I'm going to kill this nigga. That's what it is mine. You know, that
was the beginning of premeditated murder.
Yep. See, y'all the beginning of everything. Even go back to Cain. Y'all was the first murderer. You know, because why? Because your brother had a more righteous sacrifice than you. But then, like the Lord even said, well, if thou do as well, you will be accepted as well. But you couldn't receive that. You was so hurt, you killed your own brother. Then when the Lord asked you, you know, where's thy brother? You said, I don't know. Am I my brother's keeper?
That's the first liar.
First liar. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all.
Oh, since you said that.
Would you go to
John 8:44. Man, this never ended on Esau, man. God. This is John 8:44. Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it.
Like that point said, from the beginning.
Yep.
So from the beginning of that garden, who was that first liar? Who was that first murderer? Because we know in that context he was talking to the wicked scribes and Pharisees. Mm-hmm. But so that's how you know, that's what we call, like Jason here, we call them Babylonians as well. You know, they can be considered as Edomites as well, because just like when they go back to, like the ones who was calling themselves Herodians and Antiochians, this and that, because y'all taking the ways of y'all father, which is the devil, which we know is, you know, it's the spiritual demon Satan, but his physical counterpart is the Edomites, so-called white man.
That's right.
So yeah, like when y'all be liars and murderers, you taking the ways of Esau, Edom, going all the way back to Cain.
That's right.
So like I said, it's like you said, the scriptures get just pile up and pile up, because we can even go to Revelation 20 when he was sealed up, so that he should not deceive the nations anymore. See, that's what y'all do, y'all lie, steal, and kill. Yep. That's y'all main. That's what y'all known by. That's y'all quota.
But then they tried to throw that quote off on Issachar Remember Eddie Guerrero, the wrestler? Remember said he lied, cheat, and steal.
Yeah.
That was his M.O. No, that's actually Esau's M.O.
Exactly.
Lie, cheat, and steal.
Because even for his name, Guerrero probably come back from Conquista Doors anyway. You know, because, then you know, look, Viva La Raza.
Yeah.
Because he's from Mexico, right?
Yeah.
But who came over here and took Mexico? See, y'all can't even come back to y'all own land that was given to y'all where y'all may follow the law, statutes, and commandments. See, like, because from Mexico up to Texas, I believe like Arizona and California, that's all considered Mexico.
Yep.
But what Esau and Edom say, y'all illegal aliens trying to come back to y'all own land.
That's right.
You know, but what they do, they went to y'all land, then made y'all national flag with an eagle on it.
Exactly.
You know, like,
come on, man.
And y'all think y'all one is them. You know, y'all want to be Esau so bad, just like Jake want to be Esau so bad because they envious of the wicked. But if you have this wisdom, knowledge, understanding, you understand that the triumph of the wicked is yet for a moment.
That's right.
You know, at the point in time, it's gonna all come down. It's gonna come down hard, and then you're gonna be sad and sorry. You know, with everlasting shame and contempt because you chose to make Esau Edom your God and not follow your actual power, who surnames you, which is YAHAWASHI.
That's right. Yeah, verse back in Ezekiel 35:6. It says, therefore, as I live, saith the Lord Yahawah, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee.
Now, one thing I wanted to point out, right? The scripture say, therefore, as I live, saith the Lord. Deuteronomy 32:39 say, he said that 39 down to 40, he said he lift his hand up to heaven and say he live forever. So this means forever. The Lord already got you prepared for that blood. And it's going to come, just especially when we get into that kingdom. Because right now, we can't take vengeance upon you on our own. Because we're going to receive double, triple judgment when we go to court. If not, get killed on the spot.
That's right.
You know, but as far as that's why we got to wait for Yahawashi to render justice for us. You know what I'm saying? When he come and put them underfoot, ain't nothing going to be able to do. And then, Lord, when we be those men, we're going to have those spiritual power. You definitely going to be able to do nothing, especially in our kingdom. You even think or manifest doing anything, you're going to die.
That's right.
You know, it's just, but like you say, I just want to point that out. So, because we know the Lord lived forever. So he said, forever you're going to prepare thee unto blood until y'all get done away with after 1,000 years. But say, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. So, in that kingdom, man, like I said, we're not going to let our foot up. Especially you Edomites. We may have, a little more mercy on the other nations, but you Edomites, y'all got to get it. Y'all got a lot to pay for.
Sure do.
You know what I'm saying? Because, just, like, I just use one example. Man, don't get me wrong. Those Jakes going to pay for sending up the Savior, but y'all actually carried out the action. You know what I'm saying? That's why the Lord said when he come back, he come back specifically for those who have pierced him. That's right. And sent him up. So who pierced him? You Romans, right? You Edomites. And what y'all like to do, y'all, what they call them, culture vultures.
Yep.
You see? So what y'all do? Y'all took the name of the Romans because the original Romans are Japhetic people. But what y'all do? Y'all took their name and put it upon yourselves. And y'all, those Romans in the New Testament, that sent the Savior up to be crucified. Well, who crucified him. That's right. So you're going to pay for that. And like you say, you're going to prepare thee unto blood, even blood shall pursue thee. And,
I appreciate it.
Oh, you got it? Okay.
This Revelation 13:10. It said, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
So if you lead people to captivity, your ass gonna go into captivity. You kill with the sword, you must be killed with the sword. And like I said, y'all blessing is the sword. So what you think gonna happen to y'all? It said, here's the patience and the faith of the saints. So we over here on this side, we suffering. But we have faith that through this suffering, ultimately the Lord gonna set us on high and he gonna bring judgment to our enemies. But first and foremost, you. Because a lot of people like to say, well, other nations let other people in the captivity. They may have, but when you lead the children of the Most High into captivity, that speaks volumes. Because he told us, Scripture say that all nations are as nothing unto him. That's right. And even went far and say are less than nothing and vanity. You're just worthless. Y'all just really, like I said, y'all really, when we walk around, y'all just our servants.
That's right.
Y'all, I picture, sometimes I'll be walking around, I just picture shackles on the heathens.
That's right.
Just, look at the servant. Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, I was just like, these are our servants. Like, we get how Ezra said, well, damn, these heathens that you have reputed as nothing, they become to be lords over us. Well, it's because of why? Because we transgressed the law. The Lord said we didn't, the Deuteronomy 28, pretty much from 1 to 15, he said if we do those things that he requires us to do, well, the 14, if we do those things that he requires us to do, he set us on high, and pretty much all the curses that befell us from 15 on down, that would have been going to the heathens, and we'd have had all those blessings. But we chose to transgress his law, so all the things, all those curses that he said was going to happen, because it said it shall come to pass. So that meant that it was going to happen. So it wasn't nothing that we could do to stop it. But we can't say that he was unrighteous because he let us know.
That's right.
If you do this, I'll put you on high. But if you do opposite, you're going to be brought real low, and all these curses shall pursue thee.
That's right.
And overtake thee. So it wasn't going to just be a curse for like a year. It's going to pursue you and overtake you. It's forever. From that point when he made good his word to put them curses on us and going, they pursue the Revelation 22, that's when it says when the curse is going to be lifted up. When YAHAWASHI come to save us and beam us up, and then New Jerusalem come down, that's when the curses are going to be taken away from us.
Right.
But from that point in time, when that decree was set for the curses to fall upon us, hey man, Jake been jacked up, but rightfully so, because we chose to transgress our father. Just like if your father give you a directive and you refuse it, you get punished by it.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta chastise your children. Spare not the rod.
That's right.
You told him to do something, he don't do it. Oh, you gonna get in his ass. You gonna whoop him.
That's right.
Likewise, so we did that to the most powerful entity, period. The omnipotent power. You know what I'm saying? That's why we get spiritual whoopings that ultimately lead into physical death.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Like the scriptures say that to the Lord belong the issues of life and death.
That's right.
So this is our power. This is what he gonna do to us. He may send chastisements and punishments just to wake you up. Okay, you did this wrong, this and that. But you keep messing up, the wages of sin is death. He gonna kill you.
That's right.
Because it say because on this side, right? Because we did have laws that you got a disobedient son and glutton and this and that.
You bring them before the elders and you stone them.
Exactly. But if we did that right now under this wicked rulership, we gonna go to jail for murder.
Right.
So,
child abuse.
Right, but they upload the laws of the Lord. But like I said, that's why this is a hypocritical nation.
That's right.
And you have something else?
Yeah. What? Yeah. I'm gonna go back to Ezekiel 30. Well, I had a precept because you had said something about them being servants, and made me think about Ecclesiastes 10 and 7, where it says, "I have seen servants upon horses, and princes walking as servants upon the earth."
Yeah. So to be upon a horse, that means you held at a high esteem, like you in a higher, a higher state. You in power. You know what I'm saying? And then they say princes walking. Why would a prince be walking and a servant be on a horse? Because that shows you that it's servants that's bearing rule over those princes. Yep. The princes of the power, YAHAWASHI. And what's so spiritual is even the Lord made these devils make a statue.
Yep.
Was that Theodore?
Yeah, Theodore Roosevelt.
Yeah, yep. He actually on the statue with a Gadite on one side and a Judite on the other side.
Yep.
Jeremiah 15:33.
Yep.
The children of Israel, the children of Israel and the children of Judah, roughly paraphrased, were oppressed together.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So that proves, they even proves like what the bug out say that the Northern Kingdom still in Africa somewhere.
Yeah.
No, that's why we don't listen to y'all. Y'all air not knowing the scriptures. Like I said, the Lord said He gonna bring us. We gonna be oppressed together, Israel and Judah, because you go into the history, the majority, predominantly the Northern Kingdom, they was oppressed by the Assyrians, right? Because we know it was a little sprinkling of the Southern Kingdom there, because as far as like the Levites, you had to have the priests through all of the tribes to do the sacrifices. And it was even times when we was at war with each other. The Northern Kingdom led, I think it said like either 165,000 or 185,000, but Judites from the Southern Kingdom captive up into Samaria. So that shows you that it was going to be an inkling of a little bit of the tribes within those captivities. Just like in the book, they talk about the daughter of that Asherite.
Yep.
It speaks of that in the New Testament, right? In the Southern Kingdom. So we understand that, like I said, but the point is majority of the Northern Kingdom was taken by the Assyrians, and the Southern Kingdom